Have you ever asked yourself, why are there people who don't seem to chase money, yet money always seems to find its way to them? And what about you? You hustle, strive, push yourself to the limit, but money always feels just out of reach. Maybe the problem isn't that you haven't done enough. Maybe the problem is that you've been looking in the wrong place. Money doesn't follow those who are the best at calculating. Money flows to those who emit the right frequency, those who don't have to ask for it, because they are the flow. Today, I'm not here to tell you what more to do. I'm not giving you a money-making strategy. I'm here to invite you to look within. Who are you becoming? And does your energy truly align with the abundance you're longing for? Because once you truly understand this, you'll stop chasing money, and you'll start becoming the place it wants to come home to. We grow up being taught that money is a number, a piece of paper, something we have to earn. But as Napoleon Hill once said, money is a result, not a cause. Money is energy, not material. Money is a mirror reflecting your inner world. It is simply the outer form of what you're thinking, believing, and feeling every single day. If you carry within you a sense of lack, fear, or pressure, then no matter what you do, money will come to you in that same energy and disappear just as quickly as it arrived. But when you truly live in a state of gratitude, abundance, and creativity, when you believe in the value you bring, when you're not afraid of scarcity and not attached to excess, that's when you begin to emit a frequency aligned with true wealth. Money is not a goal. Money is a response, a reflection of whether or not you've attuned your inner energy. And you can't trick it. You can only become the person who naturally matches it. The person who becomes money isn't necessarily smarter than you. They don't always have better degrees, broader connections, or a more favorable starting point. They differ from you in one key thing. They've aligned their inner world to emit a very specific frequency. It's the frequency of abundance. They act not out of lack, but from a desire to give value. Clarity. They know what they're here to do. Stillness. They don't react to every storm because they understand their energy is what creates their reality. Intentionality. They don't wait for luck. They show up each day as someone who is already abundant. The one who becomes money is the one who leads with the energy they want to receive. They don't wait to have in order to believe. They believe and then act as if it's already theirs. And because of that, money finds them as a natural consequence. Those who become money don't need to impress. It's their stillness, certainty, and clarity that create the deepest impact. They don't have to shout their value. Their energy does all the speaking. Each one of us, every single day, whether we realize it or not, is broadcasting a frequency out into the world. It's not sound. It's energy. It's emotion. It's the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you show up. And here's the thing. The universe doesn't respond to what you say. The universe responds to the energy you emit. You can say you want to be wealthy, but if what you're radiating is fear, tension, and lack, you'll only attract more of the same. Scarcity, chasing, never feeling enough. Take a moment to observe yourself right now. Are you spending money with gratitude or with fear? Are you working from a place of contribution or out of fear of not earning enough? Are you saying, I'm okay, but feeling resistance and pressure underneath? You can't attract abundance from a mind that's anxious and doubtful. You only attract what you believe is possible and what you're already living into as if it's here. So, what are you broadcasting? Are you inviting in abundance? Or are you unconsciously telling the universe, I'm still not enough, so I need more? You can't outrun money. You can't take it through pressure, calculation, or worry. Because money doesn't come from chasing, it comes from alignment. The more you need money, the more desperately you want it. The more you push it away, because you're telling the universe, I don't have it, I'm lacking, I need. On the other hand, when you begin to become, everything shifts. When you become someone who thinks from abundance, money feels it. When you act from passion, not from pressure, money finds its way to you. When you stand clearly in your self-worth, money is no longer something you have to beg for. To become doesn't mean pretending. It means living in alignment with the energy you wish to attract. Right now, even if you don't have anything in your hands yet, simply through how you think, how you speak, how you choose to act each day. Stop chasing. Pause and begin becoming. Because only when you embody the frequency of money will money recognize you. Money isn't just something you use every day. Money is a relationship. And like any relationship, it's built upon the beliefs you hold about it. So let's be honest. Have you ever heard things like, money is the root of all evil? Rich people are greedy? Money is hard to earn? I don't deserve to have a lot of money? I'm bad at managing money, so I'll lose it anyway? Those statements are not absolute truths. They're repeated phrases, memories, and collective beliefs absorbed by you like air from childhood to now. And here's the scary part. If you don't rewrite them, you'll continue to unconsciously live by them. Just like someone who's afraid to love because of past betrayal, you might fear holding on to money, fear attracting wealth, because somewhere deep down you believe money makes you a worse person. You block the flow without even realizing it. So what can you do? 1. Write down the negative beliefs you hold about money. Write freely without judgment, just become aware. 2. Question each one. Who told me this? Is it still true for me now? If I stop believing this, what might become possible? 3. Rewrite the relationship. Each day, through your words, choices, and actions, you're redefining your relationship with money. Money isn't bad. Money isn't good. Money amplifies who you are. And if you are kind, grateful, and conscious, then the more money you have, the more good you'll spread. And that's exactly why you deserve to have it. Have you ever asked yourself, what does it really mean to be wealthy? We're used to thinking wealth means having a lot of money in the bank, owning a big house, a nice car, designer brands. But then we meet someone who's materially rich, yet lives in constant anxiety. And we also meet someone who doesn't have much, but lives peacefully with clarity and calm, knowing exactly where they're headed. True wealth isn't just about possession. True wealth is about becoming a source of value. A truly wealthy person is someone who can create value regardless of the circumstances, has strong inner stability, not easily swayed by drama, competition, or noise, knows what enough feels like, and from that space becomes open to receive even more. You are wealthy when you know who you are, you know what's in your heart, not just what's in your wallet. You walk through each day with the mindset of, I am here to give, rather than, I need to take. Wealth isn't a destination. Wealth is a frequency you live in. And when you tap into that frequency from within, money, opportunities, relationships, and blessings will naturally find their way to you. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. You just need to begin with one small daily ritual to reprogram your financial frequency from within. Here are 3 simple practices you can start today. 1. Rewrite your relationship with money every morning. Open a notebook and handwrite. I am worthy of receiving money. Money comes to me like a trusted friend. I create value, and that value deserves to be rewarded. You don't need to memorize them. You just need to feel each line as you write. You're gently restructuring old beliefs one step at a time. 2. Visualize abundance every night. Before bed, close your eyes and imagine. You're living a prosperous life. Not lavish, but abundant, clear, and pressure-free. Feel the peace of not having to worry. Feel the confidence that you can always create value. 3. Practice gratitude when spending. Every time you spend money, instead of feeling regret or fear, say, I'm grateful I have enough to give this. Money is like air. The more freely you exhale, the more fully you can inhale. Remember, You don't attract what you want. You attract what you've become. And every act of becoming begins with small, consistent repetitions every single day. He used to be a delivery worker. No degree, no standout skills, living in a small rented room with a constant cloud of debt hanging over him. He had no idea where his life was headed. All he knew was one thing. The old ways weren't getting him anywhere. So, he needed to learn how to change himself. He started reading books. He wrote down every quote that stirred something in him. Each morning he wrote one sentence. I no longer live in lack. I am the place money wants to come to. No one around him understood. Some laughed, some mocked, but he stayed consistent not for anyone else, but for himself. 6 months later, he began confidently taking on freelance jobs online. A year later, he launched a small YouTube channel sharing his journey. 3 years later, he became a source of financial inspiration for hundreds of young people. No showmanship, no exaggeration, just someone who had once hit rock bottom and rose with inner strength. He used to think, I need money. Now, he says, I no longer chase money. I've become the place it wants to find. When you're still living in the energy of lack, you choose your niche out of fear. This niche makes money easily. This one feels safer. Other people are doing it, maybe I can just follow. But you know what? Money doesn't come because you picked the right trend. Money comes because you're living in the right frequency. When you begin shifting from within, when you stop doing things out of need and start doing them because it feels aligned with who you are, your path naturally starts to change. Maybe you're working in a stable field, but it no longer inspires you. And then you realize, I want to serve a different group of people. I want to create value in a way that feels closer to my heart. I don't need to justify this, it just feels true in my body. That's when your niche gets redefined, not by logic, but by energy. You don't choose a niche to make money. You choose a niche to express your authentic self, and money comes as a reward for that honesty. And here's the beautiful part. When you're living in the right energy, you don't need to force anything. The frequency you emit naturally draws in the right people, the right opportunities, and the right flow of abundance. You are not someone who has to beg for money. You don't need to do more just to prove you're worthy. You only need to remember, money is a reflection. It is energy. And you are the place where that flow begins. You are the creator, the connector, the one who gives value, the one who walks with a sense of abundance even when your pockets are still empty. Starting today, you don't need to go looking for anything more. Just begin living as if you are already enough, already have it, already are it, already fully present in this world. Because when you become the place money wants to find, you don't chase, you attract. You don't seek, you are sought. Drop a comment below. I don't seek money, I become money. If you're ready to step into this new frequency, and don't forget to follow the channel, because many more journeys of healing, awakening, and prosperity are waiting for you ahead.